Hello there and welcome back. So in this video I'm going to briefly introduce with the interface of Figma itself. So as you can see, whenever you open up the Figma, this is the screen which you are going to see. And first let's start with the top left corner of this interface. So here we have this home icon, which will basically lead us to our home screen, which is this current one. Now next to this icon we have this plus icon, which will allow us to basically create the new tab. So those tabs are similar to those tabs that we have in our web browser. And we can have, of course, multiple tabs within a Figma, and each tab can contain either a design file or a Figma gem file. So we are not going to cover Figma gem in this course itself, but I have already mentioned before that with this Figma gem you can create different kind of whiteboards and so on. Anyhow, here on the left we have our design file which we are going to use. And of course on the bottom we have one option that says remember my choice and skip this next time. So if we check this option and choose design file, then whenever we open up the new tab next time, we are going to immediately open up the design file itself. So now let's try and open up one design file. So click this button. So as you can see, immediately after that, a new tab here will be created with the new project. So by default, as you can see on the center here, we can see that our project is stored in the drafts and its name is untitled. Now, of course, if I double click on that, we can change the name of our project. So for example, example project, and press enter. Now we have renamed this project. And if we go back to this home button, then you will see that now a new project has appeared right here with the name of example project. There you go. Now let's go back to our first tab with our example project. So this is how the simple Figma canvas interface looks like. So on the top left corner here we have some tools which we're going to get introduced with in some of the next videos. And here we have our main menu, and this main menu has some other options to offer us to work with the files, to edit our elements, to view our elements and so on, to work with objects, text, arrangements, vectors, plugins, widgets, preferences, libraries, and so on and so on. So after those tools and after this menu, we have this little resources option or a button, which will allow us to open up this window. And inside this window we can access components, plugins and widgets. I'm going to talk about them also in some of the next videos. This current video will be all about the basic and a brief introduction with this actual interface. Next here we have this hand tool, which will allow us to move around the canvas right here in the center. And we have this comments. And of course with this we can share our comments together. I'm going to talk about that also in some of the next videos. Let's close that for now. Let's choose this select tool. So as you can see on the center of our screen we have our canvas where we can draw and actually create some design. Now on the left side here we have two different panels, a layers panel and the assets panel. So this is a layers panel, and in this layers panel, whenever we create here a single element on our canvas, then that element will be immediately shown in this layers panel. And of course, within this layers panel, we can rearrange those layers on top of each other, we can group them together, we can log those layers or elements, we can hide those layers and elements, and do other different kind of things. I'm going to also focus on this layers panel in a separate video as well. Next we have this assets panel that will allow us to basically create and handle all our components within our project. You will see about that as well. And here we also have pages. So we can create multiple pages, and each page will have different layers as well. But for now, as you can see, we can only use this first page, and we have an option to create multiple pages as well. Alright, so after that, on the right side of our interface or canvas, we see also a couple of different panels. So this first design panel will allow us to check out different kind of properties which we can modify for a certain element. So whenever we create here some element on the screen and we select that element, then on the right side here in this design panel, we will be able to see all different kind of properties that we can change on that specific selected element. You will see about that as well. Next here we have a prototype section or a panel. For now I'm going to skip that, but with a prototype we can basically give a life to our design by adding some interactions and animations as well. And finally we have this inspect panel, which will basically allow us to export our design into different kind of formats for Android, iOS and CSS as well. And of course here on the right side we have our actual current user, which is me in this case. We have this share button. So with the share button we can basically create and generate a new link of our actual design, and we can share our design with the rest of the world with a single link. We can basically just share that link with anyone else, and that person with which we share our actual design will have an option to view or edit our design. We can just select this can view option, and with that everyone will be able to see our design, but will not have a permission to actually edit our file, which is one amazing feature as well. And also we have this publish to community option, which will basically allow us to publish and share our design with the rest of the community. And we can also get some other designs from other people from this same community as well. So you will see about that. And basically that's what we have in this interface. We also have this option to create a new window, to check for updates and preferences and so on and so on. Anyhow, now I'm going to go back to this home screen so I can show you a couple of different things as well. So as you can see here we have this recent page where we can see all our recent files, and we also have this option to quickly create a new design file or a fig gem as well, or even import another file. Then here we have a drafts, of course. There's the section where we can see all our projects as well, and we have this community section as well. So let's open up this community section. And as you can see, this community section is almost the same as with our web browser. So we can browse here different kind of resources, assets, and other different things from the other people from this same community. And as you can see down below, people are sharing their own designs, their own ideas, illustrations, and everything else. We can also categorize those resources by files, plugins, and widgets. So we can just grab one of those beautifully designed from one of the users from this community, and we can import that to our own project, where we can inspect that furthermore. So the community is one huge and quite useful resource that you should use if you want to get an inspiration, if you want to check out some other different design systems, visual assets for a mobile, web, and so on. So I highly suggest you to just go and search this community for different kind of resources that you can use to get an inspiration from. Anyhow, now let's go back to our previous panel, so our actual main screen. So down below we can see the actual plan that we are using. So at the moment I'm using a free plan. You can of course upgrade your free plan to get some more features in this software. Then down below we have a section for our actual favorite files. So you can basically place one of those projects of yours in this favorite files section just by clicking this star icon, or by clicking right click and then add to favorites. And then from there you will be able to just save basically one of those projects in those favorites. Anyhow, below this favorite file section we have a theme section, and by default you will have one theme here created. So this theme is created by default whenever you install this Figma application, and it basically represents a theme where you can invite other different people or designers to help you design or work on some design of yours. You can of course create multiple projects within a single theme. You can invite members. As you can see, at the moment we only have one member, and so on. We can also change here some settings from this actual theme project and so on. And on the right side here, we have of course an option to create a new project, to invite some more people, and some additional options as well. Down below we can also see the actual limitations of a free version of this Figma. So I'm using a starter plan, which means that I can create maximum 3 Figma files, 3 Figma gem files, and 1 project within this theme, which for me is totally enough. Anyhow, I'm not actually designing or using this themes section of this Figma. I'm using only my main screen to design my own files without interacting with any other themes or users. But this option is quite useful if you're working with the company, where multiple users will be able to join and work together on a single project. Alright, so that's basically all that you should know for now about this Figma user interface itself. So as you can see, it's quite simple and user-friendly. It has a lot of different features and functionalities which we are going to explore, of course, in the next videos of this course as well. I'm going to show you how to use all the tools and features of Figma. I'm going to show you some interesting and useful tips and tricks as well, and many other different things. So if you have any questions about the Figma interface itself, feel free to comment down below, and for this video that will be all.